We are now 1 week out from a story that made national headlines for all of the wrong reasons. Racist comments made by an announcer just prior to the tip-off of a girls' basketball game in Sapulpa last Thursday. Our content partners at the Frontier broke that story, and their editor-in-chief, Dylan Goforth, joins us now to discuss the fallout since then. Dylan, let's begin with a recap of exactly what happened and how it happened.
Yeah, sure. So Thursday night, there was a state tournament game between Norman High School girls and Midwest City. The announcers apparently didn't realize that the microphones were still hot. The Norman girls have been kneeling during the anthem to, raise awareness of different issues. When they realized it was Norman, one of the announcers said, that he hoped they would lose the game. And a little bit of time went by, and then he, used a racial slur to describe them.
And then this gentleman claimed in his apology that his outburst was the result of his diabetes.
Because yeah, he said that he had a spike in his blood sugar, and so that it's not unusual for him to be agitated, I think was how he described it, and say things that he wouldn't normally say. Here he is using the slur on Thursday night and victimizing a group of people and these teenage girls on the basketball team. And then in his excuse the next day, it led to thousands and thousands of jokes about have a Snickers, that kind of thing on social media. A spike in blood sugar doesn't make you say racist things.
Has there been any further response from Oklahoma leaders and in athletics and in education?
You had Joy Hoffmeister, the state superintendent, the Norman mayor, Governor Kevin Stitt was a Norman High School graduate. And so he eventually said something, you had different lawmakers come out in support of them.
What about the announcers themselves? What has been the fallout for them?
Both announcers have lost their jobs. Even, the one of the announcers he was a coach at Holbert. He didn't make the statement, but the school said he didn't also, correct that statement and say that that was wrong.
And Dylan, this is not the first time that we've had this type of incident at a high school athletic event in Oklahoma.
So in late February, there were two boys teams that were playing, and there was a fight that broke out between players and student fans after the game. And the school said that the players, predominantly black players on this team, had been targeted by racial taunts by the students. And so that, obviously happened less than 2 weeks before this incident with the girls team.
So given that, where do we go from here? How do we make progress?
That was a quarterfinal game, and the girls had to go back out the next day and play a semifinal game, which they won. And they had to go back out the day after that, with now millions of people, worldwide sort of eyes on them. And then they won the state championship game. And so here are these teenage girls who, have been victimized by this terrible thing, and they were strong enough to go and keep winning. And, on the other hand, you do have this terrible thing that was said. And so hopefully that leads people who may have been watching this play out to kind of look within themselves maybe and realize that, maybe I do have these feelings in my heart too, and I don't view myself as a racist, but, maybe this showed me that I do have some things to work on and some things to change about myself. And I think that it can be, a teaching moment for a lot of people.